A fear-stalker's hope bring.
Like measurement. Happy New Year's. It's not New Year, man. It's not New Year for another 11 hours, man. Y'all are early. Distract me from being alone on New Year's. I'm probably be alone on New Year's too. But I've been sick, so it makes sense. You know, followers in the East? I guess so, man. I guess so. Alright, let's go. You talking about, about me playing fucking Halo Infinite? Yeah, I'll probably eventually do that. I don't know when, but I will. Oh, man. Yeah, I've been fucking feeling like shit, and that's why I didn't stream yesterday. My throat was fucked up. You better soon? I'll be fine, man. I'm always fine. It's just, it's annoying. That's all there is to it. The waste of fucking time. I don't think it's COVID. There's no reason for me to think it's COVID. I have a sense of taste and smell that's just fucking fine. I had to, y'all want to hear some gross, nasty ass shit? Like the grossest, nasty ass, most nasty ass shit you've ever heard. You guys want to hear it? Alright, cool. I thought so. I'm gonna tell you anyways. So this morning I blew my nose because I've been having a bunch of snot in my nose. I blew my nose, and out comes this giant meaty chunk of fucking snot, like dark yellow snot, and like blood. And ever since then I've felt a lot better. Yep, ever since then I've felt a whole lot better. So, yeah, everything's doing alright. Bro, it feels so nice. Yeah, I know. And I got that shit out of there. I don't need to worry about it. Now I'm chilling and gaming and killing and doing what I need to do, man. Let's take this guy out. We'll put him in the next one. Oh, had the same thing, lasted 2 weeks. Yeah, as I said, I really don't worry myself about that kind of stuff, man. Like, I just kind of get by, and I survive. That's about it. Chunk of brain. Yeah, no, it was like, it was thick, man. It was like oatmeal, almost. The consistency. Sounds like a sinus infection? Yeah, I think it was. I think so, because like my whole head was like stopped up and everything. It felt like it was like someone blew a balloon up in my head, and it was overinflated inside of my brain, you know what I mean? A fly died in my nose and decomposed. That could have happened, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it could be a number of things. I'm not going to worry about it though. It is what it is. I ain't stressed out. Okay, I gotta do, oh shit, I gotta do Bastion? Fuck, bro. Fuck, bro. Oh, man. Alright, let's go. Let's get that out of the way. There's only one Bastion one, right? Yeah. Alright. Bro, I remember I used to be so dedicated. I used to be so fucking dedicated to farming mounts. I had 4 characters that were all exalted with all of the factions in Legion, and I would farm Paragon mount boxes on every single one of them. Like, imagine that. Like, 4 exalted characters. What changed? I mean, like, oh, it was just it was stupid. The thing is now, like, I'm more optimized for efficiency. And I guess actually, now that I say that, I should have come back and, what do you call it? Should have go kill Famu. I need to go kill Famu again. I always forget about him. Let's see. Oh my god. It's actually pretty good. There's only 3 of them. If I'm to Shaw mount on 8 characters every week, yeah, I used to do the same thing, man. My WoW motivation comes and goes like bipolar. Yeah, I get that. I haven't seen a main account in a while. Everything good? No, not everything. Everything's not good. But I'll be back soon. Don't worry about it. You sick? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm probably not gonna go out today or anything, because I'm just not feeling good. Do you feel like the past 2 years were fast or slow due to quarantine? I mean, it is what it is. I'll say that. I don't really worry about it that much. So TK having a New Year's event? S-Fan's gonna have a stream tonight. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do. So you guys can watch that. Yeah, like, I feel like it's just been about the same for me. Like, the whole quarantine and that whole thing hasn't really changed my life at all. Like, I haven't done anything differently. I haven't really changed anything up. I just kind of do the same stuff I always do, and that's about it. We caught the Rona in my household. Yeah, I mean, I don't think, as I said, I don't think I have COVID. And if I do, I pretty much have gotten over it at this point. What happened was, you have a humidifier? The thing is, like, I've never really had this trouble before, except for like maybe once or twice in my whole life. So like, I'm not really looking for a lifestyle change over this. It's just kind of a temporary annoyance, and then when it's over, I won't have to worry about it. Let's see. There it is. Give me the item. Nope. I probably should run this on multiple characters a day. I've been pretty lazy about it. Good or bad idea, I make WoW different level boosts for $60 for level 60, $50 for level 50. No, I don't think that's a good idea, personally. What I would really like to see is, I'd just like to see, like, I don't want to have to level up every character whenever I, and I think it's probably because of the leveling experience. Like, the Shadowlands leveling experience sucks. So it's like, I don't want to have to do it. It's really fast now. Yeah, maybe it is, but is it faster than just like going to the store and clicking $60? No, it's not. Will you switch covenants to collect all the plate sets? Yeah, I will. Back to back. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's down here, right? Voids. It's in that area right there. Legion WoD leveling was amazing. I think that the best leveling that WoW has ever had is in Warlords of Draenor. I think Warlords of Draenor leveling was the best that WoW has ever had, period. Wrath of the Lich King leveling sucked. Like, I don't know why people, like, put it on a pedestal. I think probably just because it's Wrath of the Lich King. Like, there was nothing interesting about it at all. There were, like, a few high points, like, for sure. But other than that, I mean, it really wasn't there. Zone buildings were often... Yeah, awesome. Yeah, sure. Vanilla. I mean, like, yeah, but, like, it's hard to compare classic leveling versus, like, retail WoW, you know? What was the best expansion to smoke weed and play? I don't really smoke weed, but, like, I would assume probably Mists of Pandaria. Yeah, I'd say probably Miss. I mean, it was just like a very chilled out expansion in general. You just run around the Timeless Isle, getting high, killing frogs, you know? I mean, it doesn't really get much more relaxed than that. You don't really smoke weed? No, I don't at all. Like, I've tried it a few times just because, you know, my friends have been like, oh man, please try it. I think you'll really like it. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll try it just to see what it's like, because I've never tried it before and it's not like addictive. So, like, I was like, all right, well, what's the worst that can happen? And I had a pretty bad reaction to it, and then I decided not to ever do it again. Peer pressure? Well, I think that, like, I mean, you peer pressure people to do a lot of things, right? You're peer pressuring people to play video games. You know, it's like, oh, buy this video game and play with us or whatever. Like, I don't think smoking pot's, like, really, like, bad for you. I mean, like, to an extent, I guess it's bad for you because you're like, the stuff's going through your lungs, and I'm sure that's probably, like, not good. But other than that, I mean, I can't really see it being like really, really bad. Sound a little bit sick. Yeah, I know. That's because I am a little bit sick. That's it. Anxiety causes anxiety. Yeah, it made me freak out quite a bit, man. I wouldn't get into it at all. It isn't addictive at all. Well, the thing is, like, anything can be addictive on a psychological level, but it's not chemically addictive, which is, yeah, that you're right about that. Oh god. It can be habit forming. Yeah, everything's habit forming, exactly. Any speculations about new expansion? If you want me to be honest with you, I have no idea what they're gonna do. I really don't. Like, I have no clue whatsoever, like, what's gonna happen in this new expansion. I wish I could tell you, but I have no idea, man. Swelling Tear. I should probably do these. I've been pretty lazy about getting all my achievements done. Whereas it feels need smoke every day, it's not addictive, but it can be habitual. Yeah, it's the same as, like, jerking off can be, like, habitual at the same time. Or like watching videos before you go to bed or something like that. It's not necessarily addictive, but it's just something you get in the habit of doing, and then you're just, like, always doing this thing. They still haven't showed Arthas. Good, let's keep it that way. I just, like... I at this point, like, obviously I'm going to always comment on and talk about the story of WoW and everything like that. But, like, as I said, I just feel like the game is turning into a vehicle for developers to just push, like, whatever type of, like, agenda and stuff that they have. Like, they were talking about how, like, one developer was, like, super happy that they, had a certain balance of, like, male and female trees in Ardenweald or something like that. It's just like, I don't want to play, I don't want to play something like that. It's just weird. It like takes you out of the idea of it being a fantasy game, and now it's just like this weird proxy for somebody to talk about their social politics. How is that weird? Because it's a video game, and the gender of the trees doesn't really have anything to do with it. That's why it's weird, and it's the fact that you're focused on that, and you're thinking about that, and this is like an active goal that exists in your mind. Here we go. Who cares about tree genders? Just make a good game. I mean, as I said before, right? I mean, there are a lot of games that have, you know, female protagonists and stuff like that, and prominent female characters that don't get criticized like this. It has nothing to do really with it being females or whatever. It has everything to do with the way that it's presented and the way that people that are presenting it act and their personalities. No one gives a fuck about your gender besides you and your weird friends. Yeah, exactly. What do you think about the male succubus coming to TBC and retail? I've never really had a problem with that. I don't really care. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me at all. Yeah, I don't know why people, it's incubus, yeah, I know. But a lot of people don't know that. Probably the best thing I did in the last few months, yeah, exactly. I don't think people really give a shit about that kind of stuff in general. It's like, doesn't really matter. But, you're gonna alt-right click. Anything in all the, for TomTom chords? Really, Camtron? I'm actually gonna look into that. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Alt-right click. Okay. People seem hyped about the Incubus. Well, that's because, the reason why people are hyped about it is it's like people don't want to see the game be a G-rated kids movie just because some people that worked at the company 10 years ago were creeps. It's just not something people want to see. And so, like, them adding another type of sexual character instead of just removing everything is a good idea. At least it's a new thing. It's not something get removed. Thoughts on Esquire versus Stay Safe? I don't know who Esquire is. Let's see, what else do I need to do? I probably should go do this. That's 250 anima. Alright, let's get this done first. Esquire, random heroic player that got kicked out of being toxic, wiping other players. Well then, so what's the... What's the problem then? Yeah, I'm a little bit confused here. He got mad at Stay Safe and brought up old shit to get him canceled. Is that like the old Alex Sensual stuff? With like him being, Esquire got mad real hard, yeah. Probably again. You can't cancel somebody like Stay Safe, really. His audience doesn't care about that. Nobody cares about that. The only people that care about that are people that don't like him. He doesn't have like massive sponsors that are just gonna leave him or anything like that. The only way that you can cancel people is what do you call it? Is if you have like something that you can take away from them. And you just can't do that. He's his own sponsor, exactly. Can't cancel Power Gun? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back over here. Can't cancel Bobby? Well, that's the thing, is you can't cancel Bobby in a weird way. Like, Bobby's actually a great example of this. Bobby is an amazing example of this. Okay, here we go. Right, hit that guy there. I gotta get more used to this. Okay. At least this is going pretty fast. And there we go. Alright, we should be fine. Betty White actually died? Yeah, I know. I just saw that a minute ago. That's pretty sad, man. That was definitely fucking sad. It's crazy to think because, like, yeah, no, it's actually a legit thing. Because I saw people typing it in chat, and I just looked it up on Twitter, and it's, it certainly seems to be real. Just days away from 100? Yeah. That's nuts. Wow. Fuck, dude. Was it she was commenting on lucky and how lucky and healthy she is? Yeah. That's the thing, man, is it's like whenever you get that old, the thing is, like, this used to happen to people is I think, like, now, like, because we have better medicine, it doesn't happen until people get a lot older, you know what I mean? But you remember, like, in Game of Thrones, whenever Khal Drogo got just poisoned, he got infected and he just died? Like, that's kind of what happens to you whenever you get old, is that, like, one little thing goes wrong and then you're fucking out, you're done. And it's scary, man, it fucking is. Drogo was a Giga Chad? Yeah, and there were, like, think about how many Giga Chads there were, like Alexander the Great, you know, dead at 32, I think. There's plenty of people, and that shit just happens, and it just pops you out, that's it. yeah, just after a certain age, even a small fat fall can be terrible. Yeah. Yep. Alexander was poisoned, no, wasn't he? I don't think Alexander got poisoned. I mean, if he did, I never heard that before. One fake one and one from thousands of years ago? Well, that's because, like, you hear, the thing is, like, there's a lot of other people that died whenever they were young, too. But you don't really hear about a lot of those people, you know? Because they just died. And they didn't really make much of an impact on society, and that's about it. You know, of course you don't think of those people at all. But it's like back in the day, like, they didn't have the same kind of technology and shit, and so, like, and medical stuff. So that's how it happened. When a nobody dies, nobody notices. Exactly, yeah. So, like, nobody has any idea about, you know, a lot of people that just, you know, they catch a cold and they're like, you know, 26 and they just die. Like, this shit used to happen all the time back in the old days. Die from tooth infection? That's a big one. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. Observational records and covenant. Well, I hate that one. People develop natural immunity to polio, right? No, polio, there's a vaccine made for polio. I think it was made, like, my dad told me, like, either he remembers seeing, I think my dad remembers seeing people that had polio. Yeah, I thought so. I don't know. Okay. Where the hell is this thing? I don't even really need to loot this thing anymore, honestly. I think I pretty much have all these anyway. Polio caused people to live in those iron lung things. Yeah, I think there's still a few more of those people still around. People didn't just use their strong immune system to beat polio. Not necessarily. I mean, like, you do have times in, like, history where you know, populations of people who were, like, not like their immune systems were not ready for a certain type of illness or something like that. It just, like, completely wiped them out, you know. Like, it's like Native Americans was one, and I think, like, the Black Plague to a lesser extent was one. But I think that was also solved with medicine and like inoculation too. I'm not sure. Spanish flu, that could be another one, yeah. So it's like there's examples for both. I know people are trying to use this as a proxy to talk about COVID or something like that, but I wouldn't really waste your time doing that, considering none of us here are experts in anything really regarding that. There's just no reason to try to, you know, put out your opinion on it or whatever. Nobody gives a shit. Alright. North American natives hunted mammoths and mastodons to extinction. I think that's pretty cool. Weren't there mammoths around in, like, Egyptian times though? I feel like mammoths weren't really that far out of recorded history. Yeah, I think that there were mammoths in, that were alive during Egyptian times. Historic chat, look it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were. I mean, I could be wrong about this kind of stuff, but I don't think I am. Thoughts on aliens building the pyramids? I mean, here's the reason why I don't think it was aliens that built the pyramids. Have you guys ever had like a day where your internet gets shut down and you just end up making like a massive amount of progress in your real life? Like that your internet gets turned off for like a day and you clean your entire house? Because like for me, I've had that happen a bunch. And like with the Egyptians, like they didn't even have internet to begin with. So like, what are they gonna do all day? And so like, yeah, it's like, why not build this triangle thing, you know? Like, why not? And so it makes sense to me. Like, I don't think it's weird at all. It's too perfect. I think that if you want to use the argument that something is too perfect, look up, you know, the amount of like geometrical and types of like mathematical progress that were made by the ancient Greeks. They made a huge amount of progress with that kind of stuff. Like they figured out that the earth was round and everything, man. Sumerians knew about Pluto before modern science. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff, man. Locations of them and how they line up across the world doesn't make sense, though. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Can somebody invite me if they're in Korthia so I can get this this rare here? I want to kill this egg rare. You can find trends at anything. Yeah, I think you can. It's definitely true to an extent. But there were, like for example, certain Mayan pyramids are built across like certain, like astrological ley lines or something like that. I don't remember. I watched something on this like a year or two ago or something. And of course that's the case. But that would also make sense because they were, you know, really into that kind of stuff in general. The leap in logic is absurd. You don't think it could be done by people, therefore it must be aliens? Yeah, it could also just be like lost technology that like we just have no idea about. You haven't found the tools that can make cuts that precise? I'm not really sure. Never crafting, no aliens or technology or any shit like that? Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen some crazy shit too, like, definitely. But it's like, I just think that you shouldn't underestimate the power of a lot of people with infinite time. Like, people can do a lot of crazy shit, man. I had nothing else to do. Yeah, exactly. Alright, boys. Yeah, can somebody invite me that has this rare up? If you're in Korthia, just on another server, just so I can try to check and see. I don't even know how the Romans made concrete. Yeah, as I said, I mean, like, people back then weren't, like, stupid. I think that, to a certain extent, probably people nowadays are smarter, or, like, the ceiling on intelligence is a lot higher now. But it doesn't mean that people back then were dumb. Alright, here we go. Let's get his ass. Please fucking drop. Please fucking drop. Just give it to me. Give me the item. Give me the mount. Where's the mount? No mount. Okay, stupid fucking game. Alright, thank you, man. I really appreciate the invite. Thank you very much. Observer Yorick. Who the fuck is Observer Yorick? Oh, I think I need to kill that guy. Oh, actually, wait a second, bro. Like, let's go kill him. I think I have one of the things. Let me go back over there. It gives a toy. Yeah, I don't have that. Yeah, give me a second, bro. I've got a chaotic rift stone. We can use it. Did you get your walk to 70 in TBC? No, I didn't. I didn't really play a lot of TBC because I just moved over and started playing Final Fantasy, and then that was about it. So like, if it wasn't for Final Fantasy, I probably would have played a lot more TBC. Do PvP this week for Gladmount? No, I haven't. I need to though. I might do PvP after I finish Dark Souls stuff. Okay, it should be over this way, right? Do you think being a streamer is a disadvantage when it comes to enjoying games naturally? I don't know, it depends on your personality. Some games I enjoyed more because I was a streamer, some games I enjoyed less. Oh, it's this guy. This guy also drops a mount. I'll go help you kill him. I got this mount on like my first or second kill. Easy mount. Yeah, I already have this one. Times Dark Souls 3. I'll probably start it in maybe an hour or so. I just wanted to knock out some of this stuff that I haven't done before. 7 hours. I need to finish this too. And then I'll be done. Okay. So now let's figure out what this Yorick thing is. Observer Yorick. So like, what do I do? Do I just pop my rift here? Okay, alright, I'm gonna use the rift. I've got one, don't worry about it. Nice. Are you able to click that one? It disappeared once I took it? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Do you want to go find one or something? I'll wait 5 minutes for you. Yeah. Or is it to the west? I'm sure he'll find one. I'll let him decide it. Alright, he's here. Let's go, man. Big dick. Wait, what? Betty White died? Yep, she sure did. It's nuts, man. What the fuck, dude? Some fucked up shit, man, I'll tell you that. Let me kill this, and they just stopped attacking and let me kill it. I couldn't interrupt because I was a boonkin. Yeah, there's some people like, it can be annoying whenever people helping actually makes it take longer because the mob gains more health and shit. It's super obnoxious whenever people do that. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna worry about it. Who cares? Hopefully I get the toy here so I don't have to do it again. The Vice Amarath video using one of your clips out of context? No, I didn't see that. I probably should watch that at some point, but did I get the toy? Oh, nice, I did. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's a one tap, man. That's a one tap, boys. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. Why am I in combat? What the fuck am I in combat with? Why the fuck am I in combat? Why? Why? It's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna drop out of this. Need Rift Splitter? No, yeah I do actually, yeah I do. Can you trade? No way you can trade. They don't let you trade any of that stuff, right? No, Soulbound? Yeah, I thought so. It is what it is. Okay. I'm gonna just get the fuck out of here. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. This is crazy. Can't go on in a small frame along with other streamers. Oh, yeah. The thing is, like, any of these, like, larger, mainstream, like, news or, like, reporting stuff, like, I never really expect them to get anything right or to have any type of integrity at all. And I'm usually right. They usually just misrepresent things to fit some sort of pre-existing agenda or something like that. Yeah, they have no integrity at all. Do I really care about them using a clip of me and like out of context? Like, not really, who cares? But it's still annoying. News is a dying media source that needs rage clicks to be relevant. Yeah, exactly. Who cares? True. Yeah, exactly. That's how I see it. Doesn't really matter, doesn't affect me, doesn't do anything. Okay, there it is, nice. Oh, that's cool. Damn. Cool. It's a mini maw? Yeah. It's actually a badass little toy. The Cinder's much different than the base game. Much different is, I mean, it depends on how you want to define that, but it is different. Yeah, I would definitely say so. Did I Mage Tower? No, I haven't. You plan on farming all covenant stuff in your main now that you can swap freely? Yeah, I will eventually. I just haven't really found the time to do it. Vendor all this stuff too. Take that. And I got one more to go. Do you think video games are a way to escape from our boring reality? I think people like video games for a lot of different reasons. There's not like one guaranteed reason that like that's why everybody plays video games, is to like escape from reality or whatever. Some people just play them because they are just bored, right? I mean, that's just that simple. There we go. Vault Guardian Strape. None of that's very good. Okay. Yeah, all this stuff sucks. I'll move this group. Thank you again. I'm gonna go prot, see if maybe I can get an item out of here. Nope. Okay. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I just got that. That's why. Fuck. Okay. I'm almost to like level 6 or whatever. Yeah, I'll hit level 6 really soon. Probably in like a couple of days or so. I probably should buy these like a million times. Yeah, all of my conduits are really low level. Rift rep farming. Yeah, I guess. Like I've just done it passively. Because like to me, I'm not really playing hardcore, so like why go out of my way to farm this thing and be like super efficient with it, you know? Do Maw Assault? I'm about to do it right now. Will you do MasterChef meta whenever you return to main channel? No. I'm not going to. I think by the time that I come back to streaming, it's gonna be, it'll be settled. Let's just say that. Like, I have no problem with doing it, but I do think that I've read a lot of the conversations about it and everything. It is a ticking time bomb, and at one point or another, there's going to be a crackdown on it. That's about it. Cringe shit is that, dude? I don't think it's cringe at all. Like, I watch YouTube. I don't think there's anything wrong with watching MasterChef at all. Like, I really don't. I think it's totally fine. Like, I don't really care about it at all. It's not a big deal to me. It seems like whatever. So it's like, yeah, people watch like MasterChef or like movies or something like that. Like, I have no problem. Like, I've already said before that, like, I'm not really against, like, I don't really like DMCA at all. But I do think that, like, to a certain extent, if you're just like watching a movie or watching a video while providing like little to no commentary over it, I mean, that's a bit over the line, man. It kind of is, and it's not something I would really do. I mean, if the people that are making it are okay with it, then I'm totally fine. Like, do whatever you want. But it just seems a little bit cheesy. Fine, it's just boring as fuck. I mean, but MasterChef is clearly not boring as fuck because, what do you call it? Like, whenever XQC does it, he gets 100k viewers. So, like, if it's so boring, then why are more viewers coming in to watch it if it's boring? Well, it's because it's not boring. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's boring. Mostly because of XQC IMO. No, because like whenever Hassan watched it, Hassan's viewers went up. Whenever other people watch it, their viewers go up. Everybody's viewers are going up whenever they're watching the show. So it's clearly not the streamer, it's obviously the show. I mean, yeah, Quinn too. Yeah, I mean, it's common sense. It's fun to react to a chat. Yeah, I think so. Definitely. There's a market for that kind of content on Twitch. Well, not only is there a market for it, but the market is massive, and I think it's a lot bigger than what some of the like Twitch purists want to believe. And the truth is that there are, for every one person that wants to watch someone be a hardcore video game player, there's 100 people that want to watch somebody watch Master Chef, because it's just way more accessible and it's easier to understand. It's good community activity? Yeah. Okay, so I have to go serve tea to these other NPCs. We'll see if this is gonna work. There should be a way to split money that you get from reacting. It depends on what people are okay with. The way that I've always handled it is pretty simple. I'll react to pretty much whatever. If somebody asks me like, hey, don't react to this video for whatever reason, I won't react to the video. Pretty much, period. You know, that's about it. Like, the only exception is if the video is about me or has content about me. So like if it's like a critical video of me, or someone's like talking shit about me, and then they're like, oh, don't react to the video, it's like, too bad, bitch, I'm the main fucking topic of the video, I'm reacting to it. But other than that, you know, like if somebody asks me like not to react to their content, I will do it. Or even to just hold off on reacting to it, or just don't react to it yet, or whatever. And what we've always done is we're willing to do pretty much whatever people want. Like if somebody doesn't want me to react to their videos, I just don't react to the videos. And on top of that, oh, I see, this quest sucks. I understand, okay. So this is just fucking stupid. Okay. Yeah, I get it. So yeah, anyway, if somebody asks me to, I just won't react to their content. And we even give people like the revenue if they want it from the video. It doesn't really matter. Because like for us, it's more important to have like a good relationship with the content creators, more so than to make a little bit extra money. Because a lot of the people that we react to their content, these are people that we, you know, like we're to some degree friendly with, and like why even do that? But also, like, I do try to, whenever I do react content, and this is just, it just kind of depends on what people think. Because there's, to some degree, like, some people that think that something is or is not transformative, right? Like, the reacting of the content is not the same thing. It's not in combat, though. He's not doing anything. Okay. They think that the reacting to content is... it's just like by reacting, it's just bad on its own. But I do think that like the way that I watch videos and the way that I like react to content is transformative in a large way, where whenever you watch me watch a video, the experience is substantially different than watching the video itself. To just not re-upload or wait a while, and he agreed. Kyrgyz? Yeah, I think we reacted to their stuff too, and there was something similar to that. I don't remember. I don't really keep track of it a whole lot. My editors do. Godo streams are just the beginning. Twitchers push boundaries until slapped rather than not trying different mediums. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just always going to happen. It's just what people do. Because also another big thing is like a lot of people, the reason why everybody is reacting to MasterChef, do you want to know the real reason why? It's because people want to see it. People want to watch you react to MasterChef. This is contrary to what LSF or what some of the Twitch purists might believe, but the reason why people are reacting to it or watching it, or yeah, sorry, fuck, I confused myself. The reason why people are doing this is because viewers want to see this, and it's evident that they want to see this based off of the viewer counts. The viewer counts skyrocket because people like watching the content. It's that simple. But yeah, that's how it goes, exactly. So like, the people that are complaining about how MasterChef is boring and like bad content and everything like that, they're just wrong. Like, they're wrong to make an objective assessment like that. Like, of course, maybe to them it's boring and it's bad and they don't like it. Sure. But to say that it's just wrong categorically, no. It's lazy content more than bad content, I guess. Yeah, I mean, but I've always said, like, me watching, I would be putting more energy into watching MasterChef right now than I'm putting into doing these dailies. And that's the truth. Like, I'm not putting any energy or any effort into this. I'm just randomly running around and just killing things, etc. That's about it. So, like, I've always thought it was just, like, so stupid that some people on Twitch think that it's somehow a higher form of content to play a video game than watch a TV show. In my opinion, I think they're both lazy content. One is not better than the other. People hate on streamers doing it brings them viewers. It's the most straightforward indicator of interest in many cases. I think people get mad because it's like the streamer's making a bunch of money and they're making thousands of dollars just watching a TV show. And I think people just get jealous of that, and that's why a lot of the criticism for MasterChef happens. It doesn't really have to do with any sort of there's like no real logic assigned to it. Like, if you really broke down, because like here's why I think that it's a completely illogical position to have, because if you look at the if you look at that and then you look at video games and also are also DMCA-able. And I've said before, playing a single-player video game on stream, I think, serves as a market replacement to people buying that video game themselves. For some people. There are some people that will, on the release day of a video game, whether it be, let me think, like the new PoE leak, or whether it is the Last of Us Part 2, that's the example I usually use, or Detroit Become Human, or something like that. There are a lot of people who will watch a stream of it or watch a let's play of the game instead of buying the game. And I cannot think of a reason why that is better than watching a TV show. And I think the only reason why people believe that is that they place some sort of value in playing a video game because that's what Twitch has not has, was whenever it originally came out. Permission mostly. But that's not even true though. Mini games do not have, see, the permission element of it is not even, it does not even exist. And this is what I'm saying before, is like people just don't know what they're talking about at all. Permission to stream and make content about games is generally not explicitly stated in the EULA. And also, even if it is explicitly stated, it can be revoked retroactively. And this was an example whenever PewDiePie, these people revoked his access to play their game. So like there's a lot of people that just have no, like I'm gonna be honest, like, they have no idea what they're talking about. And they just constantly spit out these opinions about about these topics, and they have no education in it. They have no experience. And it's annoying for me to read it. What does the EULA stand for? End User License Agreement. Alright, here we go. Nintendo's known for DMCAing videos of people playing their games, portraying them in a bad light. Well, it's not just that, because I think if you took that to court, there's a chance that you could win. Like, there is a genuine chance that you could win, because DMCA is not, like, being like, if you're providing a review on the content, that's explicitly stated that it's fair use, like explicitly fucking stated, but you have to go to court for it, and like nobody really wants to do that. Nintendo just doesn't care about anything, even if you're positive they would DMCA you. Well, Nintendo, that's the thing. Let me get my mount here. Oh man, I thought I fucking got it, man. Shit. It's like, yeah, I think you're right. I love you, Zach, but you're conflating multiple things with DMCA. What am I conflating? Yeah, what am I conflating? Grok, what am I conflating here? I'm a little bit confused. Copyright is not DMCA. So what's the difference between DMCA and copyright? What is the C in DMCA? Okay, you are right. Yeah, sure. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna take my name out of it. All right, Famu, warm it up. Yeah, let's go. Let's kill Famu. Let's do it, boys. DMCA is so out of date, it's not even funny. Well, DMCA was made in 1998, and it's being used. It's like, it's basically the equivalent for having laws for, like, the way that people, like, for example, like, you could ride a horse. You know, like, one of the arguments for against automobiles was that an automobile can't ride you home whenever you're drunk. And a big reason why people liked horses is that you could get on your horse while you were drunk and have the horse ride you home. So it's the equivalent of using that type of antiquated legal stuff to decide decisions for today. Does the horse know the directions? Yeah, most horses do. I mean, horses aren't that stupid. People are hesitant for riding cars. Yeah, exactly. And like now, yeah, you're right. And so like what's going to happen? Here's an interesting question, right? What's going to happen with driving a car while intoxicated and drinking and driving if the car is self-driving? You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of these things are now in my opinion, I think that it's going to probably stay the same because you're still responsible for the vehicle. But you can't tell me that it's not different. Because of course it is different. But your car can't get drunk, the horse can. Until cars become fully automated, it will stay the same. No, you still probably can't be drunk while you're inside of the car because you're still operating the machinery to a certain degree. It's the same reason why people that are, you know, any sort of machinist somewhere can't get drunk or something like that while they're operating the machinery. So like it probably won't change a whole lot, but that's what I'm saying though, is like it opens up a lot of questions. So responsible for the vehicle, exactly. So what I'm really trying to get at here is that the world is always changing, and like the rules are always changing, and things are changing rapidly. And you have something like DMCA, which is not changing at all. It's just always been the same. No, I think that's a big problem, man. I really do. If it's fully automated, no, you're not operating, but they will not get there. They will require somebody to be responsible and liable. Well, see, like, I don't agree with that entirely, because I do think that even if the car is fully automated, to a certain degree, you are still overseeing that automation. I don't know. I mean, like, we can get into this, and like, but the topic is just completely, it has nothing to do with what I'm saying, right? I just brought it up as an example. But all I'm saying is that, like, yeah, DMCA is really outdated, and I don't know why it still exists. It's really stupid, and I think it gives too much power to the owners of the copyrighted works in a lot of ways. I also don't like how you can buy something and you don't have autonomy to decide what you do with what you buy because of unfair like legal agreements and licensing rules. Like for example, like if you buy Microsoft Office or something like that, and it only works for 1 year, I just think that you shouldn't be able to do that. It's that simple. Exists because changing it requires a bunch of old dudes to agree to a replacement. Yeah, I don't know. Like paying for WoW? WoW receives updates. And also you're accessing a WoW server. Fuck, I didn't get it. Okay. Not need replacing, receives updates. They got Microsoft services are free for students. They want to lock you into 1-year updates, etc. You're accessing the manufacturer's server, a lot of updates will be sent. I think people are being intentionally obtuse. If you buy Microsoft Word and you disconnect your computer from the internet, the program runs just fine. If you pay for World of Warcraft as a service and you disconnect your account from or your computer from the internet, it does not run just fine. Like, anybody arguing otherwise is just being contrarian just to make some sort of a weird point. It's a ridiculous assumption to even assume that what I'm saying isn't true. Obviously, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Why shouldn't a content owner be able to control how their content is distributed? Because it's being provided to the public. And I think that once you provide your content and once you provide something to the public, you lose a certain level of autonomy over how it's being consumed. And I do not think that a content creator or anything like that should have complete autonomy over that whenever it's provided to the public and it's a service that's offered to the public. You could argue the same for movies. I don't necessarily think so, because you can't really make the argument of a market replacement. That's just a bad argument. If I buy a video game, I should own the copy and I should be able to play it offline forever. Yeah, exactly. What's the difference between a video game service? Just because you're buying food doesn't mean you can shit on the bathroom walls. I don't even understand what your argument. I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Do you envy people who are into TBC balls deep and love every minute of it? To be honest, I really don't think about it a whole lot. I mean, I right now I'm just playing a game and that's about it. I'm not really thinking about TBC at all. You're saying that because you bought it, you should be able to do whatever you want with it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should be able to do whatever you want with it, pretty much. Why would anyone be? I think that there are some people that are classic WoW players that think that it's like special that they play the game, or that it's some, like, I don't know, they're just weird. Like, most people that play TBC don't really think about it, but there's some people that get really serious. Goes the same for buying cars. Like, Tesla refunded, refused to sell replacement parts for a long time because they thought they could control all of the service work done to them. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I generally believe that the government should not be in a position where they reinforce. Just a second. The government should not be in a position where they reinforce a monopoly that a large company has over a private citizen. Or they reinforce control that a large company has over a private citizen. And I think that in a lot of cases, the government basically is used as a tool to compel by force people to abide by unfair rules by corporates. Linus video, airbag subscription. These airbags won't deploy unless you pay money. Yeah, that's an example. I heard about that. And that's another thing, right? Is like, so if you have a car, like, here's a good, thought exercise. Is if a car manufacturer decides that you have to pay a subscription every single month in order to what do you call it? In order to get airbags or something like that. Is that okay? I think anybody would probably say no. But it's something that you need to be worried about and you need to think about. They do it? Yeah. Just don't buy the car. What happens whenever all the cars are like that? There are some things that a free market can't solve. Because I learned this in business school, is that they tell you, they're like, a price war doesn't help anybody. And actually it does, it helps the consumer, but you're not thinking about it in the eyes of the consumer. You're thinking about it in the eyes of the business. Video games are not equal life necessity though, and we get to that point, we're fucked. If it can happen to one thing, it can happen to something else. What's up there? So rules are against you and not the businesses to lobby for Congress? Yeah. Do you think they'll remove the Black Pro Drake and Wrath of the Lich King Classic or keep them in game? They'll probably keep them in game, I'm assuming, just to give people something extra to do. Don't you think that OG streamers like you paved the way for online streaming and would be remembered as so? I don't think I'm really an OG. I think Summit, Soda, Lyric, you know, those guys are OGs. But I'm not really an OG. It's not like it'll happen that easily though. Remember how I tried to regulate the internet with that stupid proposition? Yeah, but they'll eventually get it though. That's the thing, is like these types of things, like they're not always going to win, but whenever they do, it matters a lot more. Yeah, they'll just keep trying. They're making money off of it. They don't want to stop. Yeah, true. Can't imagine the Apple car. Well, that's what I mean, right? Is like, what's to stop somebody from, you know, adding safety features into a car that you have to pay a subscription for? It's like, do you want to live in a world that that's like that? And I would say no. Absolutely not. For necessities, that's just a bit of a stretch. It's not like they're trying. You're right. Look at water. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think anybody saying that, oh, that won't happen to necessities, like a direct argument against that is Nestle. Like a direct and immediate argument against that is Nestle. So, I don't know, man. Why aren't tampons free? I don't know. I mean, I never really understood, like, it's like if they're gonna make tampons free, they should probably make diapers and like toilet paper free too. I don't know. I always thought that was kind of like a weird line to draw. Okay, there we go. Pretty damn uncommon to have private health like the US does. It's a good thing not to, it's not a good thing to latch onto as USA problem, not a world one. I think it's a problem. It will become a problem for everyone, because I think that the USA, like the United States, like what the United States' biggest export is really is culture. And if it's happening in the US, it can definitely happen in other countries too. Fuck. Have you gotten a Legion Tomahawking items? No, I haven't, but I need to soon. Give some examples of exported culture. Movies and music. Like, I don't know, I mean, Hollywood, yeah, it's massive. Pop culture, yeah. How about Twitter? Facebook? OnlyFans? Yeah. How is it not obvious? I think somebody just, there are people that just hate the US, and they don't want to admit that the US has a massive influence in culture around the whole world. And it absolutely does. Starbucks, yeah. Not culture, but services, but okay. What, do you think that Twitter and Facebook and movies don't change the culture? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but I think that you're grasping at straws, man. I really do. Come on. Okay, so why is Facebook US culture? Because it was made in the US by somebody who lived in the US. What do you mean? Like, I feel like yeah, it's triggered EU Andes, I guess. Yeah, it's, I'm not even saying that it's good. I'm just saying that this is, it just simply is. Give me 1 second here. What do I need to get? Cars, air conditioning? I think so. I'm not sure about air conditioning, but I would assume so. What else do I still need to run? Not even that. Do you know how Facebook came to be popular? It literally cultivated through American colleges, then high school, and small invites to other countries, and eventually ended up with everyone in the world. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking what else I still need to do. I'll kill Famu on a couple more characters, and then we're gonna start Dark Souls. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Are you going to attend any parties tonight? I'm not planning on it. Yeah, I'm not planning on it at all. I haven't really felt that good, and because I haven't felt well, I don't want to go out, really. I think I got like a sinus infection or something like that, so I'm trying to just kind of play it low-key. Let's see, living conditions or third world levels. I don't know. I think that most people that live in... Here's my take on like the whole like America thing, because there's a lot of people that just get like omega triggered about like just any conversation about this at all. It's like really cringe and weird. But the way I've always looked at it is this. You have... There are some big positives. There are some big things, really good things in America, right? I mean, you have the a lot of innovation happens in America, and also you have like a lot of the best colleges in the world are in America. America, I think, has like one of the biggest levels of disparity, where it has some of the best living conditions for some people, and it has some of the worst living conditions for other people. It's the same with like schools. Like an average American school doesn't really exist in a way, because if you live in a upper middle class area or like an upper class area, your high school experience or your public school experience is completely different than what it's like if you grew up, you know, in the projects, basically. So it's massive. It's crazy how high the ceiling is and how low the floor is in the States. Exactly, yeah. It's like you have people that are just like massively wealthy and like super rich and everything, and then you have other people that just don't have anything. Inner city schooling? Well, yeah, but there's like even a spectrum of that too. Isn't that everywhere though? I feel like if you look at, like, if you compare it to, like, let's say Switzerland or Norway, like, I don't live there, so like I don't really know, but like I bet there's probably not as big of a disparity in Norway as there is in America. They have significantly lower populations. Yeah, but so does Dubai. I mean, that's a bad argument. Class disparity in general is much worse in America than most places. I think it's probably better than in most places. I think people don't realize how many bad places there are. There are a lot of most places. You have to think, like, also America, there's only like 330 million people in America. Like there's over 1 billion people in India, and as far as I know, like I think that the disparity there and like the shit that they have to deal with there is pretty bad too. And like I don't know what it's like in China, but from what I read, it's not good. India legitimately had I don't know if they still have the caste system, but I'm assuming that it's probably, they don't have it legitimately, but people still abide by it to some degree. Like, I don't know. And I mean, like, I don't know what it's like over in like Russia or whatever. The thing is, like, I don't really understand a lot of it because I don't live there. You know, like, what am I supposed to know about what life is like in India or anything like that? It's the same as people like that live in Europe. They think they know everything about America. They've never been to America, right? Like they read things like, you know how like a lot of you guys have probably read about how like people get stabbed a lot in like London. Like, for example, like if you guys read that like stabbings and violence and stuff like that is very common in London. Yeah, I've read that. I have read that a lot. And but like, is that really true? I don't know. Maybe it's not. Because the thing is that, like, I'm not going to just immediately assume it's true. Because I just assume that anybody who's, like, news organizations they're just usually lying to you or misrepresenting things in order to get you into more of an anxious state, so you'll keep watching their stuff. It's absolutely true. Family in UK, and there's always been a high level of violence in the poorer areas and cities. Asma in the mainstream media conspiracy train? No, it's not mainstream media conspiracy, because that would imply that there are all of the independent media, I was going to say news or media, kind of put those together. Any of the independent news or media outlets are any better, and I think that in many cases they're not, It's just that they have a smaller audience and they're not trying to reach a broad audience, so their biases are not as identified because they have less people looking at them. So yeah, I do think that mainstream media is biased. I do think that they lie constantly and misrepresent things constantly. And I don't think that the independent media is that much better. Lots of people are stabbed and killed here in the UK, but lots is debatable. Yeah, because it's like per capita, like how often does this really happen? Podcasts are more mainstream than mainstream media nowadays? Yeah, I think so. Any reactions today? Do I want to do react stuff today? I was gonna talk a little bit about the DMCA stuff, but I don't really know if it's worth making a video about it a lot. Of like people watching the TV shows and everything on stream. Yeah. I think I'll just wait to see what's gonna happen. If you do it, someone of your position, it'll most likely blow up. Here's what I think is going to happen is I think that if they do a crackdown on it, it's going to end up worse than it is now. Like, we're going to have a downgrade from what the experience is now. Nothing's going to happen like last time. Well, you say that, but at the same time, doesn't YouTube already have like content ID systems and something like that? Let's see, we'll do the next one. Does it affect people who don't do it? If you don't break the rules already, why care? No. Think a little bit bigger, man. Yeah, just try to think a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's just it's very short-sighted. Last time people freaked out over 10 seconds of Baby Shark video or whatever, just audio. Yeah, for sure. I'm asking how it would affect people who don't do it. Well, the thing is, you already have a case study of how it will affect people who don't do it with YouTube, right? So, like with YouTube, even people that are trying to use things in a very minimal way, the same way as like Ludwig got his channel DMCA'd and taken down immediately whenever he was watching Baby Shark. Now, him watching it for 10 seconds or 20 seconds, I don't think is a DMCA. I think that's ridiculous. But that's what happened. So that's what I'm really trying to get at, is that the idea is that by people breaking the rules will then be recalibrated down to being even more extreme than what they are now. So by not bending the rules, you avoid the recalibration. You see kind of what I mean? And this is what my problem is in general, is that video games are also copyrightable. You can also be copyrighted for streaming a video game and making content about a video game. It wasn't Baby Shark, and he didn't really get banned. He explained it further in his streams. But can we just all agree that there's a content ID system that exists on YouTube that automatically applies, that does not exist on Twitch? That all of that, it just doesn't matter, right? That's just an example to show what I'm talking about. Video game developers leave it just for promotional purposes. Exactly. They definitely do. Kind of ironic when you think that the rules show your freedoms, not your restrictions. Well, what I'm saying is that, like, what happens, and this is what I think is going to happen, is that you're going to have a lot more people, and you're going to have a lot more of these rules that are going to come out. Fair point, I just wasn't sure. Yeah, sure. If they add content ID to Twitch, companies can claim the revenue of entire directories. Oh yeah, you're definitely right. And then also, yeah, it's just really bad. People watch on stream. Well, the difference default is this, and I actually don't think that there's a big difference, is that, let me explain something else. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Is that I think that whether you're making money off of something or not is kind of irrelevant to me. What matters to me is if the content that you are providing acts as a market replacement for the content that you're reacting to or playing. And I do really think, and this is what I said earlier, I do really think that there are a number of people out there who watch single player game playthroughs, or they watch a Let's Play on YouTube, and they do that instead of buying the game. So they're effectively using a video of somebody else playing the game as a market replacement to actually buying the game themselves. And that directly hurts the producer. It directly hurts the developer, because this is the content that exists online that is now preventing them from making a potential sale. Now, it helps, and it could help. You're right, because for every person that thinks that, there's another person that plays it and thinks, oh, maybe I want to play it myself. But what I'm saying is that the law, that is an impossible ratio to figure out. So what's going to happen, I think, is that you could easily have more revenue sharing and different types of ways that streamers will end up getting fucked over by these different companies, and because the companies will want to be able to make more money off of their games. And this will actually hurt you, the audience, and I'll explain why it will hurt you, the audience. It's because streamers will take more sponsorships, they will take more ad spots, there will be more commercials, effectively. There will be more of all of this stuff, and it will turn into television, because they'll want to make money to offset the money that they're not making by playing the game themselves. And the audience controls the market, but they don't, though. The audience does to an extent, but they don't entirely. Because if the audience controlled the market, then there would be no sponsored streams. But there are. Because nobody wants to watch a sponsored stream most of the time. There people would prefer not to. But people put up with it because it's enough for them to be okay with. So then we stop watching as we stopped with TV. The reason why people stop watching TV is because they watch things on the internet instead. So until there's a market replacement for online content, they're not going to stop watching, because that's the only thing they had. People watched TV for 30 years, 50 years, where it was just filled to the brim with commercials, and it was so annoying. You remember, like, at the end of the movies and like the old TV shows, where the last like 40 minutes of the movie would take 2 hours because they just kept playing commercials in every single fucking hype point? Yeah. It's awful, man. and it's influenced the middle ground that exists now. Remember 5 years ago, sponsorships were just shills without disclosing it. Disclosing it was a paid sponsorship. I feel like there really weren't that many people that were doing fake sponsorships, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I think that there were just a handful of really, what's the word for it? Really popular examples of it happening, and then people assumed that it was happening all the time. VM service in the future, as long as the internet moves forward. Yeah, sure. But do you guys get what get where I'm coming from? How this will affect you, the audience, and also if people can't make as much money on the on what they're doing, then you're gonna have less content in general. You're gonna have less high quality content, and you're just gonna have more, you know, talk shows and stuff like that that aren't as interesting per se. Imagine rewatching The Matrix and it's just a hard, unskippable sponsorship ad in the middle. Yeah. Nobody's looking at us subjectively because we're viewers of streams or streamers. What about the devs, 7 days to die, of hard work being leached off by streamers? Exactly. And so, like, the people that are complaining about this DMCA thing and the people that are trying to push for, you know, these streamers to be DMCA'd and punished, I don't think that they know what they're asking for. Because if you really apply the copyright law, in the United States copyright law, to the full extent of what its intention is, Twitch would be dead. Twitch would be dead overnight. That would be it. It would be done. Period. Finished. Completed. Over. You're speaking from our perspective as a streamer? Well, no, I'm not really speaking from my perspective. Well, I mean, of course I am speaking from my perspective, but I'm right. Fair use is a thing. Oh my God, how are there so many stupid people? How are so many people so dumb? How is this possible? Fair use is a legal defense. DMCA, it is the legal fucking definition of shoot first, ask questions later. You have to go to court to prove fair use. Chat's trying to annoy you, I think? No, they're not. Because I genuinely don't think chat is trying to annoy me. And the reason why I think that chat is not trying to annoy me is because I see these arguments made all the time. I see tons of people saying these things. Yeah, there's tons of people that are saying these things all the time. Where do I need any of these things? Like, I don't even know, like, if I need any of this. I guess my Heart of Azeroth. I don't need any of that. Take the Serenite ore. This is all actually good stuff. People are really dumb. Some don't want to believe. They're stupid over it. Didn't Nintendo do this a while ago? Yes, they did, Lebian. And that's the thing, is that people just don't, like, they're not seeing it. They just don't fucking see it, man. It's so frustrating for me. I get so mad. I shouldn't be getting this frustrated about it, but I am. Making sure I don't need any of these. Nope. don't think I need that. Fragments of Valinir. Yeah, I definitely need that. I don't think many people understand DMCA is a way to legally compel content providers to assume truth and to DMCA and act immediately. Yes, exactly, for safe harbor laws. I know. Okay. Almost done. At least I think I am. Okay, one more. Alright, I think we're good. People don't understand how much it costs to go to court in these cases. Why are people giving definitions when there are infinite examples of DMCA being abused? Good question. Yes, good question. So yeah, it does definitely make me nervous. It makes me worry a lot, and I think that if there is a DMCA crackdown on people watching movies and stuff like that, that it will be harmful to everybody on Twitch, the streamers, the viewers, and the website itself, like the people that work at the website. Did you seriously pay $60 to level your character 10 levels? Yep. And I'm gonna do it again for my other characters too. You go to court over DMCA, costs an insane amount of money. Yeah, it did. Your throat's doing Baron earlier? Yeah, I'm trying not to talk as loud. It'll be worse for the providers because nobody's gonna see their shit. Yeah, and this is what I was saying before about like the sponsored streams and things like that. Is the quality and the integrity of content will go down substantially because people will change what they're doing in order to make more money. It's the same thing that happened to television. SGC says on his second strike. You don't have to play by the strike rules if you're a popular enough streamer. Didn't Summit get like 5 or 6 strikes? Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter. Really, yeah. I thought 3 was max. Yeah, except if you're a really popular streamer and then they make an exception for you. Yeah, the thing is, like Amarath, yeah, where you know people, there's no rules for the elite. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, yeah, once you're big enough and popular enough, or influential enough, in pretty much all cases, you just don't have to follow the rules anymore. Look at like the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Think about how long and how many people are going to get off of that, and there's never going to be any accountability for that at all. There's to me no accountability at all. They're never gonna, get what's coming to them. There's never, nothing's ever gonna happen to them. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's see if we get it. Maxwell trial papers are sealed. Isn't that convenient? Yep, isn't that convenient? It's weird how that works. Yeah, it's the thing is that the once you're got enough money and you just do whatever you want. That's all there is to it. Freedom of Information Act will have them all unsealed in 75 years whenever we're all dead. Yeah, but they could just remove the information at that point. They could just take it out. Do you think you'd be afforded protection by Twitch? No, I don't think Twitch should even protect anybody. I don't think they'd protect me, Soda, XQC, Mizkif, Faker. They wouldn't protect anyone. They don't care about anyone. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all. Yeah, for them, like, anybody's basically replaceable, and they're not going to go to war for anyone. I think that they should, personally. They definitely protect XQC. I don't know why you'd say that. I mean, they've banned them. Like, how many times did they ban them? They banned him a bunch of times. I don't know. I mean, I hope so. Like, they should, but I just don't think so. Faker does not do shit. Well, Faker was just an example. Like, the reason I gave him as an example is, like, he's someone who is just completely video game related. He's not a personality streamer, really. He just plays League of Legends. That's why I gave him as an example. Do you feel like Twitch is more scared of banning people because of YouTube? I don't know. That's honestly the truth, is I really don't know the answer to that. XQC himself says he doesn't think Twitch cares about its streamers. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Alright, I'm gonna do a few more of these and we're gonna do Dark Souls. Stop calling it Twitch. It's Amazon now, in my opinion. No, Amazon probably doesn't have like direct creative control in that way. They probably don't. I mean, the thing is, like, why would they want direct creative control whenever they just let Twitch do whatever they want and they just make money off of them? Yeah, they don't care. They want to make money. Like, Amazon just wants to make money with as little friction as possible. So they're probably not trying to micromanage them. Okay, I'll do this. Dr. Disrespect says he's going to sue. Do you think he has a strong case? Dr. Disrespect says he's going to sue Twitch. Yeah. I mean, I can't really know if he has a strong case because I don't know what his case is, you know? But no, I don't think he... if I had to err on one side or another, like an assumption, I would say probably not. Almost all contracts have some form of get out of jail free card that each different company has. Right? Where it's like they say that, like, oh, well, you know, this is why we can ban you, this is why we can ban you, and by the way, we can ban you if we just, you know, if Bill has a bad day at the office, we just ban you. Right? That they, like, I think it says in there, they reserve the right to ban anybody for any reason. To cancel his contract, to use his contract money to buy 3 others, like he hinted. That sounds strong to me. I don't even know if that would be against the rules or not. Yeah. Like, and that's the truth. I genuinely don't know. Partnership, by the way? Yeah, you're not really a partner. You're just an employee without benefits. Please give me the fucking fist weapon. Shit. That's the way it goes. It'd be a waste of money and wouldn't have made any moves without expensive lawyers vetting it. Maybe the attention is paying off for him. I have no idea. I genuinely have no clue why it happened. Like, nobody ever really, like, people have told me why they think he got banned, and it's like, I don't really place a whole lot of credibility in it, because it's like, what the fuck do I know? And furthermore, what the fuck did they know? But, you know, we'll see. Go back over here. Could legit be anything. My opinion is this, okay? This is what I always said about Dr. Disrespect. Is that I think he knows why he got banned. I think him saying that he doesn't know why he got banned, he is only saying that because there is probably a clause in his contract that says that they have to give him prior notice or some form of arbitration that they then failed to give him, and him saying that he doesn't know is basically him saying that it was not given to him through the arbitration clause in his contract, so that he can have plausible deniability of knowing and then sue them later in the future. And this is what I said like the week that it happened. Is he saying that he doesn't know in a legal term, feigning ignorance. Not feigning ignorance, but he's saying that he was not made aware of it formally. And because he was not made aware of it formally, that his contract, them removing his contract was a violation. The way that it was removed was a violation. And that's what I think is going to happen. Because I do think that he knows why he got banned. He knew tons of people at Twitch. I'm sure he still knows tons of people at Twitch. I can't imagine that like they just randomly banned him and that was it. Because also like he didn't really talk about it. Like I feel like Doc hasn't really talked about it a whole lot. And like if I was Doc, like I would be going and talking to like every single like company, every single news outlet, everywhere that this happened. He said he knows in a recent video. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. He says he's known for a couple months. He said so. Yeah, but why didn't he say immediately whenever he got banned? Like, this is what doesn't make sense to me. Is like, why wouldn't he say immediately whenever he got banned, you know, that he didn't know and everything like that? Like, and make a bigger issue out of it. Because I feel like there would be tons, like, whenever Doc got banned, it was a massive thing. And I'm sure that there were, like, tons of news outlets and everything like that that wanted to talk to him, that he probably declined interviews from. Why would he do that? Legal counsel advice? But he's spoken about it in some regards. It's not like he hasn't spoken about it at all. I keep up the persona. That's a fair argument. Maybe that's it. This is my assumption. I think that he knows why, and the reason why he got banned, I think he's always known why, and the reason why he got banned is because of something that would make him look bad, which is why he didn't say it. That's what logically makes the most sense to me. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. The mystery is worth more to him than the confirmation. It's hard to say. But why would Twitch also keep quiet? Good point. Yeah, it could also be NDA. Yeah, it could actually just be NDA. Yeah, no, no, you're right. That's actually 100% that's it. Because we had this issue before, like I've had this issue personally, is that if somebody violates NDA, and then you violate NDA to correct how they violated NDA, they can sue you. And that's why. It's because there was a confidentiality clause, and Twitch had a lot less to lose, or a lot more to lose than Doc did by violating the confidentiality clause. So that's probably it. That's an Amarath making 1.5 mil a month on OnlyFans and Twitch. Good for her. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it's a lot of money. I'll say that. You have to give both weight and opposition in a legal battle. They both violate contract and are on even ground. It's hard to say what's going to happen. But in my opinion, I think that Twitch will probably come out ahead. That's my assumption. But we're just going to have to, just wait and see. Because I could be totally wrong, and I mean, like, what the fuck do I know? You know, I'm just a third party. But that's what I think is going to happen. You're going to forward more and better lawyers, Doc or Amazon? The thing is, like, sometimes you don't need to be, you don't need to have, like, the super fucking perfect lawyers that just never make a mistake or anything like that in order to, like, win a case. Usually, the way that those large companies win cases is that they do it through just pure intimidation. Yeah, they do it through pure intimidation and also just by stringing along the legal process so long that most individuals can't afford to keep going. Yeah, by wasting time. Mediation around the courts, yeah. Like, it's not just like, oh, well, you know, these lawyers just always get it right or whatever. Because there's a lot of good lawyers out there. That should be illegal. There's a lot of things that should be illegal. Amazon definitely have more resources than Dot. Yeah, but there are a lot of cases where individuals win over companies. Like, you're right, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily guarantee an outcome. The McDonald's coffee case. Slightly different, but sure. Not win, settle. Those things can be very, very different outcomes. You're right about that too. Definitely. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do this one, and then we're done. Big companies have house lawyers paid for with an annual salary. Yeah, they don't have them on retainer. They have like the legal, basically like a legal part of their company. They'll definitely settle out of court. Yeah, it's unfortunate whenever that happens. Don't most companies settle? Yeah, they mostly do settle. It's usually better for both parties for them to settle. With cases like this. And also, like, a lot of times people are suing the company. They don't really care about the justice of the situation, they just want money out of it. I think that's what most people really care about, is just getting the money. So the company offers them $20 million or something like that, and then they're done. It doesn't really matter about making the company look bad or justice or anything like that. They're just looking for the money. Cases of factories make popcorn, giving people popcorn lung, and then lawyers purposely waited till some of them died before going to court. Well, yeah, I mean, that would be better for them. Fuck yeah, dude. Finish that entire thing, man. That entire fucking thing, dude. Every difficulty is completed. Yeeted and completed. What justice would there be? It depends on the situation. Like, I can't really say in general. Like, for example, I think that one reason why companies don't actually, why companies do this kind of stuff in general, is because they know that they won't be held personally accountable. So, like, I'll use an example, like the McDonald's coffee case. If the people in the line of command that allowed the coffee to be boiled that hot were charged with assault, a criminal charge of assault, and then given jail time because of that, I think that would serve as a much larger deterrent than the company having to pay a fine. Because you're charging the company or something like that. No one would ever do business again. Well, of course they would. It's very easy. Like, what I'm saying is that if somebody is willingly, and I think this happens in many cases, individual direct accountability, yeah, exactly. Is Alec Baldwin in jail yet? Well, the thing is, like, I think we can all agree that there are a number of companies that actively violate different rules because they know that the violation punishment for the rule is less than the than the cost of obeying the rule, right? Yeah, so like that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, oh, a company makes a mistake and someone gets hurt and then somebody goes to jail for it. No, I don't mean that at all. Like, mistakes happen, absolutely. But at a certain point, whenever you have like willful negligence, then I think, yeah, jail time should definitely be on the table. Absolutely, it should be on the table. Proving intent's pretty hard. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Just a second. Do I need to prove intent and negligence? Yeah. Okay. Flying charger fly? No, it does not. Fallen charger does not fly. All right, boys. Let's start. Let's get ready and do some Dark Souls. I've been goofing around for long enough. Finally, dude. Yeah, I know. I get them on assault, but couldn't get them on assault, but negligence is still jail time. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, unless somebody is threatened with jail time, there's probably not going to be a lot of deterrents that are going to work. All right, here we go. So coffee wouldn't burn a person who's young and healthy. She's just old. It's comorbidities that weaken her skin. Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, it kind of depends.